first one we're going to talk about, yesterday we learned about Judaism. Today we're going to learn about Hinduism. Hindus, right? Started in India. And you'll see that both of these started in India. All the stuff in the black relates to Hinduism. All the stuff in the blue relates to Buddhism. Buddhism is an offshoot of Hinduism. A little younger, okay? Hinduism had no single founder. There's nobody that they credit with creating Hinduism, all right? And there's also no single text. They have a bunch of different texts that they read with prayers and things like that. This is also polytheistic. They believe in a few different things, a few different ideas that you've probably heard of. Karma, right? Everybody's heard of karma, and that little phrase that everybody says. What goes around comes around, right? Yeah. Karma is something. So your actions in this life determine your fate. In this religion, it's a much larger scale. The way you behave in life determines your future life. So when you die, they don't believe that you totally die. They believe that your soul is reborn. And if you were a great person, you're going to be born into a higher caste or social structure. Okay? So you're going to be better off. You're going to be a better place in life. But if you're an idiot, you're going to come back poorer, in a bad spot. Or even as an animal or a rock or something like that. So, yeah, the reincarnation is the rebirth of a soul. And it's determined by karma. How you behaved in your past life determines your future body, if you will. Okay? They also believe in a Hisma, and a Hisma is nonviolent. They believe in a caste system. And that's a social structure, right? You're in a caste. What is a caste? Does anybody know what a caste is? We all do, right? It goes on your arm, it keeps everything stable. You can't move. Right? You can't move. And that's the same thing. You can't move from your caste. You're stuck in that caste for your whole life. Buddhism is based on Gautama Buddha. Gautama, however you want to pronounce it. Buddha. You've seen this guy, right? That's not really Buddha. The big, chubby dude, rub his stomach for luck. That's not necessarily Buddha. That's one of their gods. Both of these are polytheistic. And like I said, this is an offshoot of this. But Buddha was born a prince. He was a prince, and he lived that way, and he had a wife and a child, but he saw the injustices in the world. And so he goes and meditates under a tree for 48 days. And he becomes enlightened. He has these epiphanies, right? This is how the world should be. There should be no suffering. There should be no this and this and this and this. And I have a way out. So he forgets about his wife and kid and pretty much dedicates his life to ending suffering. He says that there are 4 noble truths. 1, all life is suffering. Sounds great. How is suffering caused? It's because of the desire for money and power. If we didn't want money and power, we'd be a lot happier. If we were just content with what we had. The way to end this suffering is to overcome the desire for money and power. If you don't want money and power, you're going to be a whole lot better person, and you're not going to suffer so much. You're not going to worry about it all night. You're going to be a lot happier. Right? And the way to overcome desire is following this 8-fold path. And this is how you should behave. You should do this, you should do this, you should do this. You should have the right views, a good effort. You should follow the right code of conduct, being honest and moral. You should talk correctly. And you should walk the walk. These guys rejected the caste system. They didn't like the caste system. That's the difference between Buddhism and Hinduism. They reject the caste system. They don't think it's fair. They're both nonviolent. They both believe in reincarnation. They both believe in karma.